Alright, we'll go for this, I guess.
Yeah, if you play offline in the quarters, they have it, or 93 Media has it, so you can talk with your opponent. So the banter of Maximel, I got smoked by them. Actually, smokes dropped. We're going 3-2. But then I realized, hey, this is actually a great tournament just to chat for your opponent while you're playing.
Yeah, it's nice, you know. I was on a call with Zubidu and I played against him.
Nice, love it.
For that, and people in the comments, because I uploaded it, said they really like that side of it. So
Beautiful. I think it's grand.
although it did help that he was screaming down the mic when I played like a congregation for 100 points of my 10 cut up lackeys.
Ah.
My decks were so bad as well. Let's have it.
How do I do it? Okay. I got cards. I had that moment of like I changed like 2 cards in the deck. I'm like, did I mess up and kill my devotion? Nope, we're looking good. We're looking good. Let's see. My chat. Here, I'm gonna message to my chat.
I have to open with this card just because it's hilarious.
You got to do it. Oh, that's the hottest thing I've ever seen.
Let's go.
What
a card, mate.
What a card indeed. I love it. So,
you know, this thing used to be a lock. This used to be a gold lock, and then
they've changed so much.
They gave that ability to Morvad, and then now Morvad just does his beast boosting thing. There's no monster lock.
I want to open this. I think we'll just open lame. I hate Argate from the bottom of my heart. I hate that they've buffed it so many times. It's actually finally kind of good.
Truth is a shard of ice.
Let's see. Let's see here. All right, Spessy, what do you got? Show me. Okay. There's a lot of questions I have, like your row placement and Foglet and other things like that. But
I'm not going to play the Foglet in the front row.
I don't know. You should play it in the front row. Great.
Any ideas what kind of deck it is? Any predictions?
Is it a fog weather deck?
It is not. I do have a bit of fog, but just the foglets.
Okay. The other one I come other deck. I originally thought there was a chance it was a penitent deck. Okay.
Dominance is cheat, I guess.
Yeah, and the foglets are good. They have for Earn a Shadow in particular, it's 6 points for an activate. You know, that's commitment, man. I like respect that.
Oh no.
What, you having problems, Bessie? Feeling really nervous all of a sudden? Getting nervous? I love that laugh of yours because I know that when you have it, you're either doing something's going really well or something's going terribly wrong. And it makes me so happy when I hear it.
Nah, everything's just average, mate. Nothing going wrong here.
All right, whatever you say. I bet you're lying. I bet you're lying. Don't worry, I definitely am not gonna bleed the absolute heck out of you in round 2. Don't stress.
There's nothing to bleed, mate. It's just a normal deck.
Okay.
Normal cards. And no Kelly. So
No Kelly?
confirm that.
Fine.
There is no Kelly.
Sadness. Okay. Well,
you to fight like this.
Ah! Oh god, I'm so bad.
Yield and save me some time.
Why? I bricked every card simultaneously. It was so
Oh,
bad.
ideal.
It's really bad. I bricked everything. Okay. Well, operation is looking bad.
Nothing like a skin. Their hair, so silky.
You want to go ahead and eat that slizzard for me?
Eat the Siri, you mean?
All right, eat the Siri. That's what I'm looking for. You see, you're already picking up what I'm laying down. Have you ever considered eating the Siri?
Do you know it's not something that I'm considering at this moment in time. Maybe if you give me a couple turns, I could probably work out how to.
All right, I'll give you a couple turns. Here you go, bud.
Okay, this went well.
Yeah, I got you
This is,
covered.
this is a 9, and then this is what, an 8? 17 points.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Oh man. I'll be honest, I managed to draw both the Wild Hunt Rider and the Griffin as my last mulligan and the card off Imrith. That was not good. That was not part of the plan. Pass.
No, I didn't think I had much chance getting to this round, but
We're
now
here.
I'm here.
I hope you're
See
excited.
what happens.
God,
I mean,
I don't.
my hand has a couple of problems, I would say. There we go. That's something at least.
Yeah, no worries, no worries. I'm sure it's gonna work out for you. God. Oh man, I mean, I don't know if you're a religious person, but God, I swear, intervened on that last mulligan and the Immerse draw to break every card I had simultaneously. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, well, what do we got?
Bring me fish taker, then leave me be.
All right.
Gift for our king.
I'm coming out swinging.
Nothing to see here.
I prefer to create.
You know, I'm going to let you meme. So it better be epic. It better be epic. I will allow it.
I did have higher hopes, but this'll do. This'll do.
Okay. All right, let's see what you got. All right. Let's see it. All right, I like your style. I like the style I'm seeing here.
Run.
God, that Frost is top card now.
All right, you can have some crews and stuff. Don't worry. I'm getting a little confused, but it makes me just more excited to see what you have in store. Here, I'll help give you some room.
All right, ready?
Is it? Oh my god! Is it operator Noonrave? Okay, tell me, show me this thing. No, it can't be Noonrave. It has to be 4 power or less.
This is like the card that will give away like what the deck's supposed to be.
All right, I'm really excited about this. I'm really excited. Here it comes. Weavis. Okay, I feel like we've not gone down.
I was planning on Cranthering her, right? But with the Darren, but obviously Darren defender got moved to the front, and she's range locked. So
I see. So supposed to you go crazy with the Imperial, and you did this on a carapace like that. Makes sense, right? You're trying to protect her. I like it. I like the style. Good. Yes, I wasn't super kind about it, but it was good. It was good. I liked what you were going for. Feel a little bad about this in advance. You need to play the argue. All right. There's the wear. Okay, I like it. Oh, this is gonna be a good turn. Okay. Okay. My chat had the wise idea to say, "Oh man, John has no 0-point units. What is he gonna do?" And then you put the werecat, and they're like, "Oh." All right, all right.
Okay.
I mean, I think I just let you do this, right?
No board space issues here.
Yeah, let me help you out a little bit with that board space issue thing. Here you go. All right. All right, all right. Respect it, respect it. That's a play. All right. So if you eat the Maruna, right? If you have all 9 spots clogged, does it not? It probably stops the C's. It's always been a weird part of Gwent to me, but it's fine. Here, have an Arachis Swarm. I prepared one for you, bud. I got you. I got you covered. Take an Arachis Swarm. Get the 2 points, Bessie. 3 targets here. Oh, it's Ritual Sacrifice. That's hot.
Ooh.
That's awesome. Okay, yeah, my
We put up
respect.
a fight. We put up a fight. I
did
I
indeed.
think I know what's happening here, but
Oh yeah, you know what's happening. All right.
I'm taking moral victory. This has gone perfectly for me, mate. To be fair, this is
I'm
exactly what I was
glad.
hoping for.
You know what? You deserve it. You deserve it to go perfectly. You deserve it. We're playing interesting decks. I love it.
Yeah, it's
I
this
chat-
like
Hmm?
if you could Sabbath this card, I would actually be super interested in trying to play this deck.
Tab of
But
which
it's
card?
5 powers, just too rubbish, right?
Yeah, well, someday. Well, I mean, the world is creeping bigger and bigger. My chat is currently chewing me out, saying that I'm not playing enough memes. I'm like, I'm sorry,
Mate, you got you got to do what you got to do, man.
No, I totally, like, I didn't have a choice, and I'm surprised. I mean, you rebuilt your decks. I just used the ones I made originally, and it was like one day.
Yeah,
into
my
the
decks I
patch.
had when I played it. Who did I play in the first round? Oh, Bomlin. Yeah, I
Bomlin.
actually played really competitive decks, and I was like, nah.
Yeah, because it was like one day into the, at least for me, it was like one day into the new patch, and I'm like, I don't know what to play. I don't have time to make. I don't know any cool, spicy, hot meme decks because I can't go like look up a content creator for them because none of us have any made yet. It's day one.
Do you need to invite me on this one?
I
'Cause
have invited you. I confess.
I'm a bit. I feel like my you've got kegs remaining is kind of cucking me here.
How many
see if I
kegs
can-
go? 300.
Yeah.
Try opening one of your kegs and quitting. Maybe then I'll.
Friendly
be
match has been cancelled. All right.
All right, that's good. Okay, so you're getting the invites. The kegs are.
Yeah, if you try, I think if you try again now, it should be working.
All right.
I'll let
Fine.
CDPR know as well about that bug.
Yeah, I don't know if they're gonna fix it for you, Spec. Well, I mean, actually, maybe they will. I have no idea.
Well, it's because with Open coming up, right? They use the in-game client for Open, so
Okay. Well, I sent you an invite.
only what, only a week away or so, week and a half.
Awesome. That's awesome. And
So
I-
I'm going second in this one, aren't I?
Yes,
yeah.
I've sent you the invite. Yeah, here we go. So we're going first here.
I have to make sure that I don't play the same deck, just to make sure that all 3 of these decks see the light of day.
Back to this deck I'm about to play is not kind. I apologize. All these decks I have are not
That's
kind. For people in chat asking what are the rules, 4 monster decks, 4 different leader abilities, 2 of each gold card across the 4 decks that you want to play. So I can't play 3 Neomancies, 1 per deck, for across 3 decks, or every deck can't have a Neomancy. Max of 2 can. Yeah.
Nah, my deck is very wholesome, I would say. I think you're gonna.
That's a you thing, my friend. Just in advance.
So wholesome.
My deck is not wholesome. I'm sorry.
Okay,
chat.
mine's not either. Mine's not wholesome. But it's not good either. But it's a nice mix.
All right. I don't know if you've ever seen this card before. Oh man. So you enjoying the new patch, Spess?
Yeah, mate. It's been pretty good.
See,
I've
I
been enjoying
knew
it.
you were gonna have that crappy card in your hand, and it really irked me. Here we go. Now I can buff you. I don't think you have to.
Oh boy.
I'm like, oh my gosh, you absolutely. Oh, come on, you're gonna Neomancy it? You scum. You
Of course I am.
scum.
How are you gonna give me such an opportunity, mate?
You're-
This is
you're-
the reason This is the reason you never play a single dive. You always play 2. They don't play around the first one, and they're like, "Oh, okay, it's fine. That's gone now." Nope, surprise.
I'm probably on the first one, and I did a great job. Absolute trash tier decision making from you. Absolute trash. Absolute trash. You should be ashamed of yourself. Change of plans. I just realized I could go get that back. Alright, friendly bet. I bet you have Parasite in hand because God is cruel. Absolutely. Didn't have a single doubt. Just for the record. Said it exactly like I thought it was going to be.
In this tactics, you shall not lose your head.
Absolutely. Unbelievable. Really? That's your play? That's so mean. Ah. I mean...
If I don't play any units, you can't play Sabbath either. I don't know if you have Sabbath, but if you do have it, I'm just not gonna play any units. Sorted.
Also,
Okay,
my chat
I'll
did
give you some stuff to interact with. I think actually it's fine.
Ooh, that's hot. Okay. My chat wanted me to tell you that how does it feel to be beat by a B tier streamer? Do you have any feelings about that, Spessy?
I think B tier was still B tier's pretty decent ranking, mate. This fucking Rashid just bullied me into doing it for months, mate. Such a
Did
bad
he really?
idea, but that was
Oh
kind
my
of the
gosh,
fun of it, right?
I loved it. I've been to that video multiple times just to read the comments. Some people reamed you out so hard for doing it. It was so funny.
Oh, the comment section is just a nightmare, but that's what it's all about, right? It wasn't supposed to be very serious.
100%.
Like
no.
imagine doing an actual serious like streamer tier list. Like,
I
it's
would
just
never
like-
ever do that. I would burn so many. Actually, I did do that. And here's how I view it. I literally just go to solely known by stats for like watch time, average viewership. Get like the top names. Pick the first 5. It's your A tier. Next 5 are B tier. Rinse and repeat.
Mhm.
But they actually do.
Yeah, I
want
mean, I put Gravesh in S tier, right? Like,
These are friends.
How serious my and well, clearly it was very biased as well, but like,
Oh
it
yeah.
was
I mean,
just
why
a
would
bit
you
of
not
fun.
have it be super?
I just
biased?
did it on Rashid's stream. I was like, I could just upload it, see how it does. It's a bit of fun, right?
Respect it.
So I need 11, 12 points. This is enough, but I'd have to go
Ah.
charge, correct?
Yeah, no, I like that piece of
So-
content. I thought it was really different and from what anyone else would be willing to do.
Yeah, I could also just use this.
I took him a last one.
Do that.
All right. Oh, last rate you turn off Sabbath. That's smart. I like that. I was like, huh. I can get my 2 points. Ah. All right. I see where we're coming from here. Put that in this deck? Huh, that's interesting. Okay. Hmm. see. Let's see.
Oh,
Yep. Come on, Spess. What do we got? You gonna bleed me or are we gonna pass here? Tell me what you got. Alright, you're getting all fancy in here, I see. Hmm.
I do not mince words on principle.
Yeah?
Be not afraid. This'll only hurt a bit.
He was probably wrong for me to play that, but it looked way more fun. That was actually probably wrong too. Alright.
what do I do here?
You could pass.
Question.
Could pass. Now my chat's talking about the lore of having banished
Yes.
Trynet to another game.
Guess this is the best bit. Feels kind of awful.
Aw, okay.
Hey, mid, what's up, man?
Lost spirit devoid of name, depart now, our veil of pain.
My mind, put it all backwards. We're not gonna pretend I just did what I did. It was
Chad
purify the
Ella.
Brewis and eat that one, but my mind backwards. These are like one of my first games of the day, so I'm not feeling too bad right now. Uh-oh. I don't know if I have enough points. Oh yeah, I
Well, if
totally
it
do.
comes down to one, then I bottled it.
Garments and shackles.
Nah, I think you got me. I was pretty for Incubus thing that round. Should have leaned to Incubus over the witches.
Incubus is a weird one, right? Like, it can be so good, but...
Yeah, I should only be
Also
running
be
one, but I'm
stinky code.
absolutely running two because it's funnier. All right, we're 1-1.
If you can get, like, consistently get your opponent to have a 6p card in your graveyard, it's actually just completely busted, that card, because you can res Self-Eater it,
Yep.
and actually triggers the Self-Eater as well.
Yeah, it actually has a lot of good res targets. It's a great way to punish squirrels and stuff. But also being able to just play and like grab Witch's Apprentice, give yourself +9 to get towards Sabbath and get a +2 a turn triggering.
Yeah, I like the, I do like the 4p relic as well, to be fair. Pretty cool. They seem like they're more interesting than the Witch Apprentice and Self-Eater. I mean, Self-Eater is cool as well. It's just...
All right,
I don't like it mainly because of how strong it was for a while.
Oh yeah, no, it's a tilter of a card. I'm gonna run my worst deck. I'm gonna run the deck that I ran out of like good ideas, and so I just said I'm gonna play this, and then you never know that moment. You just kind of click cards and put them in the deck, and you're like, here we go, close enough to look like it's kind of playable. Yeah, that's what this is. The deck I was gonna replace yesterday. I had a different overwhelming hunger deck built, but downside is my other idea didn't work, and so I'm like, all right, well, I'll keep my garbage deck that I literally have no idea how I got past round like 1 of this tournament. All right. Yeah.
Everything, yeah, my deck is, I remember building this. I think it might actually be the best deck I built with no mistakes at all.
Okay, that's
There's
great.
definitely no mistakes in this deck.
Well, that's great, because my deck is like a literal fine-tuned godlike deck. I definitely didn't just throw like 25 cards on a list in 5 minutes. And great. Really, this is gonna be fantastic. Feeling really good. Wait, are you casting the open this weekend? It's this weekend, you said, right?
It's next weekend.
Next week. Okay.
No, I'm not. But it's not been announced who is, so
Alright.
have to wait and see.
Exciting.
I shall save
That feels a little like cheating.
No, it doesn't. I mean, you could take it back. Oh, you don't have to
I
take back. Oh
can't.
no, Spessy. Great, great. Now my chat's telling me that if I say a deck is really good and gonna be mean, I'm gonna lose every game. And when I say I whip it up in 5 minutes, I'm gonna win every time. Great. Oh, there's one stream I had a deck idea and I thought it was gonna be so broken, and then like I lost 7 games in a row and I just got clobbered. It was very sad. The entire stream was built around it. The crap. Got decisions to make. Okay. You put fog for 5 turns out on this thing?
Fortunately, mate, yeah, this Mamuna kind of ruined my day.
It's a shame. I'm sorry about that, friend. Yeah, I thought the moment you didn't instantly activate the Arena Shadows was a lovely opportunity, or a foreshadowing you had an Imperial Manticore or something better in your hand to use it with. But I was like, yeah, it'll be fine. Yeah,
That was the idea, right? Like I didn't need to click it because I was like, hey, it's fine. I was just writing that I've got something else, but I ain't got jack shit. Mate. I ain't got anything. Oh, sorry, I'm not supposed to swear on your channel. Sorry. Apologies.
Oh, I don't care. The way I've always viewed it is when I collab with somebody, because this is effectively a surprise collab. Since I pitched it to you right before we began. I just meet people over that. It's fine. MBD. Also, I'll never be able to collab with like 75% of streamers. Oh, that has to feel so bad. That has to feel so bad, man.
It's all going to plan, mate.
Yeah.
Penitent. You play Penitent. I also play Penitent, except I don't have any other 7 provision cards in my deck.
What? Are you serious?
Yeah. It's not gone to plan. All my other decks seemed alright. I built them last night, actually. I was like, I guess I should build some decks.
Okay.
But this one, I thought looked pretty good, but alas, there was a slight problem with it.
This slight is a really strong word, Spess.
It's only 3 provisions. It could be worse.
Alright. Amazing. Built somebody like, you have no idea what my deck is because I don't know what my deck is. Well, well, well. I don't want to do this one, John.
It's not the benefits. It's you who's always sexy.
Mushy Truffle. Is this the Harpy deck by chance? Okay,
It is,
I spent
yeah.
so much freaking time yesterday trying to make a good Harpy deck, and I couldn't crack it.
I also played a lot of Harpies with not much success, but I was playing Plague Maiden still. I just decided I'd try one without the Plague Maiden.
I tried
See
so
how it
hard.
went.
I couldn't do it. I was doing crazy stuff at Operator, at Itorans. Itoran was so much fun, but it just could never be as consistent for the amount of effort I needed, and could never get me the points I needed, even when I pulled off the effort. But there's got to be a way, because like Selena Harpy's actually nuts, and people don't remember that fact.
Yeah, card's really good.
How much more do I want to? I mean, this bleed's so good. I mean, not just, but. Okay. Okay. I see you're keeping up so far.
Yes, nothing quite like a nice messy dissection.
Yeah, I was thinking Jagger's probably a good shout for the
Yeah,
monster mirrors.
I think so too. Particularly if I can get the overwhelming hunger mirror.
That's why one, right? Aaron.
This card's becoming so useless so fast. It's actually so bad. Yaga is such a weird card. Bessie, do you think that'll save you?
Yeah, I was hoping so. No way. Yeah, I mean, that's GG then, innit?
I'm actually playing. Okay. I mean, it depends. My last card in hand's trash, so I might actually have to pass here. It's like you've one card left. How is Haunts out? You know what? Round zeros. My last card's crap. So if you have, yeah, okay. I was
Still in it! I'm
Alright.
still in it!
You are still in it. Tired of you. The Yaga, yeah, no, but the Queen of the Night has been the most useless card this entire tournament for the record. It's been nothing but hot trash. Like, I mean, just the hottest of trash.
Alright, I found my win con.
Did you? That's good. Oh, is it the Penitent without the Penitent? Oh god, okay. I gotta say, low-key, I know Yaga is a trash card. It still felt really good.
Oh, mate, Jagger's nuts if it works, right? 100%.
You're not done if you can still walk.
Oh yeah. That's amazing. It makes me so happy and so sad at the same time. You made it about any 7-cost cards with Benetton. Okay, 2-1, good game. Was I first? No, you were first at the time. It's my turn to challenge you. Oh god. No, okay, it's the first time since in this tournament playing Queen of was it Queen of the Blood? Queen of Blood, whatever her name is. First time it felt good.
Night.
First time. Literally useless. There's no statuses for monsters. But Yaga makes sense.
Yeah, do you know, when I was building these decks, I was like, oh, wait, I haven't got Yag in any of these. He could probably pop off for it. Best way to put him in. I didn't actually put him in any of mine.
Booked. Okay, hold on. Hey, Spessy, what do you call a deer with no eyes?
No idea.
Yeah, there we go. What do you call? What do you call a deer that's missing half its legs? Eileen.
Okay, I get that one. Alright, it took me a while.
No worries. I got one more for you. One more. What do you call a deer with no eyes and no legs?
I'm not sure. What do you call that thing?
Still no idea. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Still no idea. I literally all stream for like 2 hours on yesterday's stream. We just did dad jokes while playing Gwent. I don't know how to brand the video. I've been thinking about it a lot of how I try to explain onto the YouTube crowd that it's just gonna be me playing Firesworn and only cracking dad jokes the entire time. It's so funny. Still no idea. It's the best of the best. Oh, hey, it's the Penitent, Zach. Might as well get out of parasite range, right? Yeah, yeah. Is that card even legal these days?
Yeah, I'm actually pretty sure this card is just OP, mate. Still, like, this card just needs to get removed from the game. I'm not a big fan.
I agree with you. What am I supposed to do here? Oh God. Oh, that's tricky.
I think it was worth doing. I was thinking about it.
I thought it was intelligent.
I see your fear.
See, you foresee my place. Let me help you out a little bit here.
A virus, a plague.
Yep. Ah. I don't love my hand. I don't really want to lose the round yet. Here. Really? I didn't think you'd keep going. And you can thank your chat or thank everybody for, not really thank your chat. My chat, you're welcome for putting the Brewis thrones in order. You're all so welcome for that.
Yeah, it's GG. I was just banking on you playing another card.
Oh no!
It's my only line.
Messy!
I mean, if I lose the round, it's over. It. So, or at least like I knew your hand was very good, so like I thought I'd play this card, make a good trade, and then it improves my odds because I was in such a bad spot. So.
Yeah, that's fair. See, there's a logic to it. I acknowledge.
I am like probably the person that bluffs the most in the whole world of Gwent. Like I love a bluff, mate. Sometimes it doesn't work out.
You know what? It's all right. You gotta admire a good bluff.
That's also why I like slammed it with so much confidence, right? I was trying to just slam my card and hope you would just keep playing, right? Oh, this guy's confident. He must have something. Unfortunately not.
No, so it's kind of a bad pairing because I know as a player, one of my flaws is I'll often give up a round just saying I'll take one good gold card from your hand and move on. And sometimes I need to keep playing because I need to either bleed or have round advantage. But a lot of times I'm like, Lamau, who cares? It'll be fine.
Hope you like Fog, John.
I do. Fog's wonderful. I hope you like the self eaters. Just come out swinging. know. Let's see. Interan? What do you think about all the Peller and all these other Purify being so cheap?
Oh, it was a great shout. So, because I've been involved in like some PTR stuff, right? And I was very concerned about defenders this patch. With obviously like defenders have always been included, right? But it's kind of getting to the point when you've got cards like Alumni and Meditating Mages, I guess, as well. But like even like Melusine, etc., with like Kusha. So personally, like I was quite hoping to see like a big nerf to defenders, but I actually think just like buffing Purifiers is like a way better approach to doing it.
I agree. I think
because like defenders are still incredibly strong, because even though Purifiers are cheaper, the key thing is you still have to actually draw your Purify, right? And before it would cost you to include a Purify in your deck, but at least it's now essentially free, right? If you just want to play a Pella.
Yep, 100%. No, I'm with you. I'm with you entirely. I think it's a great design. Our decision for CDPR. I think it's fundamentally makes it so they can, like, the more tools that are available on neutral and are at low cost, the more interesting cards you can print. So if you need to print something that, hey, that really needs to be purified, great. It's not as devastating anymore. I'm supposed to click this first, but whatever. I'll just click it now. Who cares? Well, give a point. Points are overrated. So I'm a big fan of it.
But I must say, I bloody hate this Meditating Mage deck. It was making me absolutely mold yesterday.
What, you don't like losing to all that? Don't worry. People just, once they make it to like deploy on Meditating Mage, then they'll just go over to Alumni. This might be the most fog I've seen since like OG.
I mean, as good as Alumni is, like Meditating Mages is still like one of the most powerful decks in the game, I would say.
I think
the big problem with GG, by the way,
yeah,
big problem
GG.
with Mages is it's just such a stupid deck because it's either really easy to beat or you just can't beat it, right? Like there's
Correct.
no
The entire game
player
is around
agency
one.
really involved in the game.
I agree. I think the thing I would really like
I
is
hate it so much.
Siegfried as a 5/5 would be fine, or that's what I would like to see.
Yeah, Siegfried doesn't even solve the whole issue though, right? Because you still have to, if you are going first and you have Siegfried, you actually just can't really do much because they can just say, all right, and they can even like lose the first round and you can still lose the game.
That's fair.
Like,
That's fair.
You can. So even Siegfried, like, which is nuts, right? Orcs could do something. Right? Orcs and Seret. It's like something.
That'd be interesting. And a giant.
To be honest, like, there's a bunch of issues with the deck, right? I mean, I think Idaran is probably like a big one. Like for me personally, like Idaran's just been waiting to be OP, right? Like we saw it with like the Gurney meta, and now we're seeing it again. Also, the Aretuza Adept was just waiting to be OP, and then you've also got all these ways of making copies of bronze for provision cards, and then you make like such a nutty one like Resilience, right? Like it was kind of almost inevitable that it was just going to be OP, right? But Tisea as well, right? Even Tisea's ability, Leticia. All these cards that have sucked have just been waiting for the right moment, and now they're all just like
coming
in my
out.
face, and I hate it. I just want them to leave. But it's a short season, I believe, right? And I don't imagine this Meditating Mage deck is going to last more than a month.
No, I mean, in there are cards this week. I think low-key Leticia will keep being a problem for the meta. Though it hurts my soul because she's such like a top-tier S-class meme.
Yeah, she needs to get reworked 100%.
Yeah, I mean, as long as I can get my 200-point Archgriffins, I'll never feel totally comfortable that she's in the meta. Because if the meta ever goes towards engines, then that deck will just pop its head. It hasn't popped its head because line pocket and stuff kept it in check. But now that we're moving towards a less controlling meta, or it has to be maybe hyper control because of Meditating Mages, but get rid of the mages, I think engines will start to appear.
Yeah.
And then Leticia will come out and be like, hey, have you ever thought about Patience 50? It's like, Patience 50? It's like, yeah, for everything. It's like, oh, and this is going to go well. God. Anyways.
Yeah, I think that's the thing, right, that I've sort of noticed with this patch anyway. Like, if you've got cards like Leticia, Aretuza Adept, that aren't that good, like all it takes is like a little bit of support and then suddenly they're like too good, right? So that's also probably just a problem with the different drops, right? Because the first drop they made this Aretuza Adept, they reworked it and it was kind of okay, it did a job, but now it's like a bronze flipping Colgrim, unironically.
Well, in my opinion is that the last drop, the Harvest Star, was the best of them all. Though Northern Realms is not a good example, but this is clearly a 6-month set. Put in the split over 2 months apiece, and it's tossing everything out of whack. But I do like Harvest of Sorrow in the sense of, imagine if it was like a fully contained set, and they were, a lot of the cards felt like that. So if I look at something like Syndicate, hey, the last 4 cards are pretty self-contained, and
Yeah.
if we keep self-containing them all and have them like in one set, you're gonna have less of this volatility of everything feeling OP. And I think that's where it's going. My guess is, unfortunately, I'm a fan of the 2-month cycle. I think they're gonna go to a 3-month cycle, and it'll be 6 cards per faction that's dropped. I think that's the future.
Yeah, I think that sounds like a good approach.
Yeah, I think it's where
Like,
it's
I
going.
like that. As soon as they announced that there was going to be more common drops, I was like super down for that as well, right? Like more content, more hype.
Yeah, 100%.
But it's almost like it's too often as well, right? Like you do lose like some of the hype when it's every 2 months, and also it's very difficult clearly for the devs to balance everything. Like,
Yeah. Well, I
like,
think it goes
the
back
devs
to
like definitely very much care about balance and all these sorts of things, but it is difficult, right? You're releasing like 3 or 4 cards. You want them to have an impact, but you don't want them to be too strong. Right? So,
yeah, I think I would be really. I'm sad that I feel they're gonna pull the plug on the 2 months so quickly. For me, I know I'm in the minority here because I don't mind. I would rather them have that content stream constantly coming and learn how to balance it properly over time, as opposed to slow it down. But I do think the slow it down crowd's gonna win a little bit. But my thought is,
yeah,
hey,
I
look,
personally think like with slow it down, I wouldn't want to slow it down too much, right? But
Yeah,
like maybe just
100%.
like, as you say, like an extra month, because I also think that actually one thing I really miss. I look back at Master Mirror and Way of the Witcher last year, and
Mhm.
like the hype of just having like a whole month or so where you're just constantly trying out new things, right?
is
You
awesome.
don't get that with these smaller drops, right? Like by the end of the week, like I've kind of tested, I've played every card, right? This
Yep.
one's been a lot better. Like I'm still interested in building new decks, but certainly like the first 2 drops, I kind of knew what the best decks were after like a day, I would say, pretty much, right? Obviously not
Yes.
like refined, but you knew what was happening, right? You've got like Spell Scoia'tael, for example. It kind of picked a lot of itself. You've got relics, right?
Mhm.
Like at least this time, there seems like there's a lot more decisions to be made in the deck builder and a lot more fun you can have. Although this meditating mage deck does, I'm just forfeiting. I need to make a
Okay.
decision if I just want to build all my decks to beat it or just forfeit when I play against
So
it. And
I
I think I'm
confess.
just leaning towards forfeiting, mate.
I have to confess, I've already started. Anytime I see Northern Realms, I would just look at it. I'm like, I'm not really in the mood to play against this deck because I'm running some crazy combo meme deck, and I'm not teched to beat their deck. So when I see Northern Realms, I'm like, all right, like you can have my MMR, it's fine. Here's your donation. You queued up Northern Realms. You're very good. Let me go on to the next game. Like I'm not like, no matter what Shoop deck I put together, what Imperial Practitioner nonsense I build, I can't beat that. The low-key, really funny way to beat the Alumni deck is to use Vilgefort's Renegade to yoink their Artusa student and then just copy Alumni over and over in round 3. That was one of the best games I've ever played. It was very funny. Their whole deck fell apart in 2 seconds because my Alumni's were bigger than theirs. But against Meditating, that doesn't work. I just kind of gave up. One thing I would love to see, going back to the card drops, CDPR do if they go to a slower cycle, is put out 1 card every month, regardless.
Yeah, I'm with that too, mate.
I want there to be something more per patch than just we tweak some cards. Like tweaking cards is fine, but then it'll go back to even more that problem that you mentioned earlier, which is you figure out the best decks immediately. Like if Tunnel Drill getting nerfed that one provision, that patch in particular ticked me off. I'm like, okay, we all know what this patch looks like. This entire patch is exactly the last patch, except Tunnel Drill is 1 more provision, and we cut 1 Purify out for another Purify. That was the whole change to the patch. Kalkstein went out. Kurt went in, and the deck was done, and that was the meta. I would love that. I would love just some toy to work with. Sunset Wanderer and Madoc both demand really weird and interesting decks built around them.
Alzer as well, right? Alzer was the
Alzer.
other one that was like a single drop.
Was he interesting? I
sure.
joined a little bit around. I joined Way of the Witcher again, but if he came out
Yeah,
single,
Alzer
that's
was
a
the
perfect
first one, right? That they
Beautiful.
did, and for me as well, like it was just gave me like, especially a neutral card, it gave me like, God knows, 20 YouTube videos probably, right? On just like 1 new card, like that's all you need, right? And that's the thing.
Yeah.
Like these smaller drops are great, but I think just like a little bit more time spent on them, maybe like as you say, like a few more cards, a little bit more time between them.
Yeah, like
it can
imagine.
and then as you say, just like here and there. Like they said they're doing 12 cards, right? In December, is it?
Yeah,
that's
12.
very cool.
Yeah, I like that. And I think that's where the drops are going, where they're not connected to a set. And I do feel that it's part of the advantage of doing to the old leaders that you take advantage of the art. But can you imagine if you had a leader card dropping every month? You know how
Yeah, it
much
would be
fun I would
cool.
have? That'd be sick as heck. I can make 17 decks off a leader card and move on, or 5, 7. That would be awesome. And
I think as well, like with the thinking about this expansion, like the fact that the kegs only just came out for this seems a bit weird, right? Like from a business perspective, I know Gwent probably doesn't, make as much money on its kegs as other games, but there will still be probably people that would buy like the new kegs for an expansion, but no one's really going to be buying these ones, right? So that's like another downside, really, of having like the smaller thing. Like,
maybe
just
I
on a
think
monetary
all the
purpose.
money is coming from the journey passes, and I think I think journey passes is where it's at. All the content, the ideas are all pushing into that. The other thing when it comes to cards, I'm gonna be so curious. If it continues, then we'll get my answer. Is where is it under? There's under packs where you can pay $50. Yeah, it's under packs, $60, at least US dollars where I'm at. And I'm sure the price is different around the world. And you just get all the cards for basically half a year, right? $60, all the cards. So it's $10
You
a
get it
month.
for half a year.
Yeah, right. So Price of Power came out over 6
yeah.
months, and $60, so it's $10 a month. And you get an ornament, you get the Witchfinder base model, you get just a ton of animated Pyre coin. If this sticks around, I wonder if they just stop caring about kegs and they just say, you know what? For players that want to buy the cards outright, they're just going to buy the pass because they get all new cards anyway, so they don't need the kegs. And if a lot of people bought that pass, like what's the point of even offering kegs? It's just more incentive to spend your $10 a month to get all the cards. It would not surprise me if, I mean, they might do kegs. I feel like kegs are starting to bite them in the butt though, in terms of if I want to do smaller drops, kegs, you can get through all the cards so quickly. So I'll be curious. I did think that it could be really interesting instead of having a keg that's like, this is your power keg or price of price of power keg. Just have a keg that says these are all the cards for the last 6 months. So this is gonna have price of power plus Sunset Wanderer, and I think Maddox might have been in the past 6 months. That's in there, and then every month you remove cards. So when that new card drop hits, you remove the old ones. So you'd have Tiny Coup or whatever it was. You would have Harvest of Sorrow, and you have the new leader cards, and then you next drop, you'd move out some, put some in. Instead of doing it by faction, just do it by time recency, because ultimately the whole point of the keg is to get the most recent cards. That's my 2 cents, because I think the smaller drops are not going to work with kegs in their current form.
Yeah, it's definitely. I'm really glad that they've experimented with like making it shorter, because I do remember just the amount of time waiting. Right, like when I came back to streaming, it was like April or so last year, and then there was an expansion in June, and there wasn't another one until December. Right, like
seems miserable.
I had like one expansion in like 10 months. I was like, this is like terrible,
awful.
right? Whereas here we've had, even though we had to wait like the 6 months for it or so, it felt like there's just constantly new stuff to do, which, if obviously it all went perfectly, would have been great. But I think, like, just on reflection, some sort of change should be good, right? And as you say, I think moving to like every 3 months might be a better approach. And then I think like littering in cards here and there, like Sunset Wanderers was actually the meta I enjoyed most this month as well, just because it introduced a new card where there was like a meta game that developed around it. And
it was a weird card. It got people opening their kegs, just trying to get it early. You can get it for free. It was just, and it's strange. It's a bold neutral that demands an archetype. And I don't think you have to do it always being neutral, but like Alzur Maddock and Sunset were. With that said, though, like dropping a card, like can you imagine Drog being dropped in a month and all of a sudden everyone's like, I've got to try Human Reverend decks. Like, that sounds sick as can be. Or the Brute dropping and everyone's like, I got to play Bounty. Or they start getting curious. Like, that's fun. Vilgefort's Renegade dropping, a super weird effect, demands decks to be built. Like, I would just give me a cool card every month to build decks around and get excited about, and I'm good.
I think with the new cards, it has to be a neutral though, right? Because otherwise you're just going to massively skew. Like, everyone's going to be playing Nilfgaard, which I don't think would go down, because that just limits deck diversity, right? Whereas with the neutral cards like Maddock, Alza, you could build the whole deck around them in every faction, right? So it would give you like 6 decks to build around.
Yeah, I think you're just going to run out of neutral ideas, though. I think I would rather them be open to other factions. Yes, neutrals offer the most, but like Sunset Wanderer pushes everyone to Nilfgaard, because tactical decision is going to be the best place for him anyways. Yes, there's some Skellige stuff that really wants to punish you if you get blue coin, but when it also was bust when it came out. But some faction is going to appear that's best with this particular neutral card, and everyone will play that anyways. I would rather them be open to experimenting with each individual faction, or just put out 2 cards from 2 different factions at the same time if that becomes an actual issue. Drop the Unseen Elder and like a Fulmar in the same month. Hey, Skellige and Monster have some cool stuff to do. Go check it out.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, mate. I better crack on with some games. I'm sure you're the same.
Yeah,
But
no,
thanks
I
for the
gotta.
game and good
gotta...
luck in. Do you know who you're playing against? Like, no one's through yet, right?
No, I should probably tell them that. Took down, and I have no idea. I made it pretty. I think I try to play all my decks quicker than everybody else's, just because I want to get it done.
Sure.
For me, it's 3-1, right? Perfect. And so yeah, I have no idea who it's gonna be.
I'm happy as long as it wasn't a 3-0. I'm happy with that.
Yeah, you gotta win. You gotta win. You take that with your deck, and you're free. And,
GG, mate.
GG.
And,
Take
have
care.
a lovely stream.
You do, Spessy. Take care. Take care.
Bye bye.
Shout out to Ahmed Ali McRandar and pseudonym 81 for their generous support on Patreon.